What's going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we're going to be reacting to the $2.1 billion McDonald's machine, which I'm assuming is going to be the self-service kiosk thing that they've been putting around everywhere, not only in the United States, but also in McDonald's throughout Europe, because that's something I wanted to see was like, what does McDonald's in Europe look like? But this is a really important video because McDonald's is like a prime example of capitalism. It's the most visited fast food chain or most visited restaurant period in the United States, had the most revenue. It's on almost every continent. It's not just a United States thing. It's big in Europe, big in Asia, big almost anywhere the human exists. Like, it's McDonald's. But McDonald's has this formula of just making a ridiculous amount of money. I feel like this is a great example of what is happening, like current global trends. And especially United States, what's going on with us, with our capitalism issue, I would call it, where we're just putting money above everything. McDonald's is a great example. They're going to pull you in, try and get you to visit the Golden Arches with the M and the French fries and all that, spend money. The food is terrible. I know that the quality of meats and things like that are a bit better in Europe, sourced from better places. There have been allegations that the McDonald's in the United States has human meat in its beef. Obviously, hopefully that's not true. But I think the point in that even being a joke is the fact that nobody knows what that beef is. Like those burgers, the meat is just, it's like a toss-up. It's disgusting. And it always messes your stomach up a lot the next day. So let's see what this machine is all about. Let's get right into it.
You're at McDonald's and you're craving a double cheeseburger. So you find yourself in front of one of these. Self-order terminals, or SOTs, are in almost every restaurant of the chain now. You start browsing and end up buying a big tasty bacon with fries and a Coke, plus nuggets and a McFlurry for dessert.
Damn.
Once you see your food in front of you, you feel guilty. You ordered way more than you initially wanted. Many people have this experience at fast food restaurants. Since the introduction of SOTs, the average order has gotten bigger and bigger.
Really?
But why? Today, we're going to talk about one of the most used user interfaces in the world and its countless tricks to take as much money as possible from you. McDonald's.
Now that I think about it, I have literally had experiences in McDonald's in Europe, I think in the Netherlands, where I got too many sandwiches and like stuff. I finished everything, but it was way too much food because I wanted to make sure that I had enough so I wouldn't be hungry. You know, it's just like that hit so hard when they said they're trying to get you to order as much as possible. I was like, oh, yeah, that machine really does do something.
McDonald's is by far the most valuable fast food chain in the world. Its stock price has nearly quadrupled over the past 10 years. Today, there are more than 40,000 McDonald's restaurants around the world. Many of them are so-called restaurants of the future. SOTs are a key factor in the success of the concept. With their large touchscreens, they look like giant double-sided smartphones. McDonald's is considered a pioneer in the fast food industry when it comes to these terminals. They tested the first SOTs in Europe in 2008.
Damn.
Today they can be found in almost all of its restaurants. Other chains like Burger King and KFC have followed suit. The terminals have supposedly increased McDonald's profits in Germany by about 15%. That's according to an insider who spoke to the German public broadcaster ZDF. In 2018, former McDonald's CEO Steve Easterbrook confirmed that the terminals definitely increased profits. His main reason? Customers take significantly longer to place their order. But why would that be a good thing? Design influences our choices, not only at McDonald's but also in our everyday life. You'd probably go for this watch rather than example from the beginning. And take a closer look at the example from the beginning. To recap, you only wanted to order a double cheeseburger when you entered the store. In the main menu, you are presented with inviting images of burgers. The more expensive items, like the double hamburger royale, are especially eye-catching. On the left, you can find the different food categories. Here, McDonald's is setting a so-called reference value. Going forward, you'll subconsciously compare other items to these expensive ones.
Oh.
Even if you don't go for the pricier burgers, the double cheeseburger now seems pretty affordable. This makes you more likely to upgrade the cheap burger. We've just seen 2 examples of nudging. Nudges are designed to influence our behavior by presenting options in different ways. Sometimes they're subtle and sometimes more obvious. In this case, the icons on the side are much smaller than the prominently placed menus in the center. More space on the interface demands more of your attention. The same thing happens once you enter the submenu. The big burgers are at the top and the cheaper ones are at the bottom. It's like a supermarket shelf. You have to bend down or scroll down to see the cheap stuff. The more expensive items are at eye level. As a result, you don't even notice.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I clocked this right away. I always scroll to the bottom. But yeah, this is some brilliant design right here. It's messed up though. Like, I'm also not a big fan of these terminals because I feel like we need to be having human interactions. Like, there are some restaurants where you literally only order on the screen and then the order comes out. I mean, that's what McDonald's is turning into. But they don't even have an ability to order with a human. And that's kind of feels like dystopian. It's not, I don't like that.
At eye level. As a result, you don't even notice the double cheeseburger because of all the juicier burgers on top. The big tasty bacon in particular is just too tempting to resist. Make it a meal? Yeah, why not? Fries and a Coke, let's go. Should you get the McMenu small or the regular McMenu for just 50 cents more?
50.
Well, of course, the regular then. Anything else? Cheeseburger? Nope. Nuggets? Yeah, you're in the mood for that. The colorful animation you see when you make the purchase isn't random. It's there to reward you and make you feel good about adding things to the cart. Next, the terminal doesn't take you to the checkout, it just takes you back to the menu. Now that you're looking at it, a dessert would be nice too. Why not get a McFlurry? Wait, how much is that now in total? Oh, down here, it's 19.97 euros. This trick is called a dark pattern. Dark patterns are designed to get users to do things that aren't in their best interests. This is done by presenting information in a way that isn't neutral or by leaving things out on purpose. A classic example would be the colored Accept All Cookies button, while it may take several clicks to select only necessary cookies. The terminal interface is similar whilst less extreme. The total amount is hidden in a tiny corner of the large screen. Standing in front of it, you have to actively look down to find the price. For McDonald's, maximizing the average order value is a key business strategy. But for you, the price should be a minor detail next to all the colorful products.
And also, yeah, that's true. And also, think about it. It's much more difficult to delete something from your cart than it is to add something. Oh, this hurts to watch this video. I'm like, oh my God. The future is looking scary.
For you, the price should be a minor detail next to all the colorful products. In a statement to us, McDonald's Germany states the screens are as big as they are to present information as clearly and appealing as possible. They are also designed for accessibility. Now, it's finally time to pay. And here, another nudge. This time, the nudge is meant to motivate.
I don't think they're designed for accessibility, though. If you're on a wheelchair, you would have to be, like, reaching up super high to just touch anything. Like, they're just including that to try and act like they care. It's all about the money. Get out of here, guys.
And here, another nudge. This time, the nudge is meant to motivate you to pay by card. You only see a smaller button for the option to pay in cash at the register. There are a few reasons for this. When you pay by card, you're more likely to make impulse purchases and spend more money overall. Plus, the two-sided order terminals let more people order at the same time. Up to 70% of customers leave when there are more than 7 people in line. You pay almost 20 euros for a thick menu, nuggets, and a dessert. In total, 2,300 calories. Once the food is in front of you, and even more so after you devoured it all without mercy, you ask yourself, how did this happen again? The interface is a prime example of upselling. During the order process, you were tricked or at least subtly manipulated into buying more than you originally intended. Instead of a double cheeseburger, you end up with the big tasty menu and those nuggets on top. In many small steps, the terminal repeatedly confronted you with moments of comparison. These comparisons create subconscious pressure. Each step in the ordering process seemed rational to you at the time. You may have even thought you were getting a bargain. But imagine you had the following choice: a double cheeseburger for €3.50 or a meal plus nuggets and ice cream for €19.97. You probably would have chosen the single burger. This example is of course slightly exaggerated, but making meals bigger is important for McDonald's. The margin on a single burger is low. Only when you add drinks, fries and ice cream, your order becomes really profitable for the chain. Those add-ons are cheap to buy and easy to prepare. That's why the menu is crucial for McDonald's. It works on the principle of bundling. The price is based on the most expensive product, like the Big Tasty. For McDonald's, the additional drinks and fries make the offer worthwhile. At the same time, for the customer, it appears to be a bargain, as the items in the bundle are much cheaper together than if they were purchased separately. Cross-selling also plays an important role in menu management. The SOT suggests additional products to you. That's much more effective than the usual "Would you like some fries with that?" at the counter. There are no social pressures, often no queue behind you, no one watching. Often customers stand back to back in front of the terminals. And that's how you ended up with nuggets you hadn't planned on buying. McDonald's Germany confirmed that the average order size at their SOTs was slightly higher than at the counter. What slightly means in the definition remains unclear. We did ask for a ratio, but received no answer.
Slightly. You see, like, they know what they're doing. Get out of here, guys. That is a good point, though. If nobody's watching you order, you don't feel like a complete fat ass. Like, it's the best way to put it. Oh, wow. Guys, we're so screwed. Oh my day. Now I understand though, because when I got like I get the single burger. I'm not getting fries and a drink most of the time, right? But it's hard to say no. Like I had to say every time I order on the thing, I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't want to make a menu. I just want the thing. But I'm like, oh, should I? You know, this is just next level.
In 2015, the fast food company reported to have served more than 69 million customers every day in over 100 countries. About half of all orders were placed through the order terminals. This makes the McDonald's terminal one of the most used interfaces in the world, probably only surpassed by TikTok, Instagram and such. McDonald's could potentially collect a ton of data every day. Data which they could use, for example, for A/B testing. Customers could randomly be shown different versions of buttons, like different sizes, colors, or wordings. Or some customers might see a recommendation for 6-piece nuggets, while others might see 9-piece nuggets. With these tests, McDonald's could continuously optimize the UI based on millions of data points to squeeze out the maximum amount of additional items purchased. It could be anything from the exact size of the sidebar to the color of the salad leaves or the way the desserts are arranged. McDonald's Germany told us that they don't do A/B testing in Germany. They could not tell us whether the company does such tests in other countries and referred us to
So basically what they're saying is we don't do that in Germany. They do that in the US, probably, but you can go ask them. Come on. You guys take data more seriously in Germany. But in the United States, our data is gone the moment we step in that restaurant. Or the moment we log into that app, it's over.
In other countries and referred us to McDonald's Global. We asked McDonald's Global for comment, but so far they didn't respond. Friends in the US and UK have tested the terminals in their countries for us. The user interface seems to be pretty similar. It's probably safe to assume that the techniques discussed in this video come into play in McDonald's restaurants in one way or another all over the world. There's no doubt that SOTs improve the customer experience. They save time and make the whole process more chill, a real blessing for introverts. And you don't have to worry about being judged at the register if you want to treat yourself to a big meal with 2 desserts. But SOTs have a downside too. They are explicitly designed for you to maximize your bad choices. The techniques used are not unique by any means, but often invisible at first glance. You might think this is all so see-through and you're not influenced by little nudges or dark patterns. But people are. Otherwise, these terminals wouldn't be this effective, and a giant conglomerate like McDonald's wouldn't use them.
Facts. Well, oh man, it's cool that McDonald's Germany decided to actually respond to the questions though, so good on them for actually responding. Of course, the US one doesn't respond. Let me know your thoughts on this stuff down below, guys. I do agree that it improves the customer experience, but like I said, at the same time, I think we're kind of going in the wrong direction with these terminals, and not just McDonald's, but other restaurants as well that decide to use these. Because if we go further down this path, there will be a point where people are craving that human interaction. They want to be able to order with the cashier. That's going to become like a vintage thing of the past. Like, oh, do you remember the old days when you can actually speak to a human when you order your food? Like, that's a nice thing. We can't discount how important that is. So I know that that's not as convenient as this, but this is like the new. This is when this is new. It's fresh. It's novel. It's nice to be able to tap on the screen and get it out of the way. But over time, as we become more and more wrapped in on what's going on online, and we're always have a screen in front of us like this, and then you go into the restaurant and there's a screen in front of you, and you go everywhere and there's a screen in front of you, people are gonna be like, okay, wait, let's take a few steps back and get to where we were. So I do think that we're treading into the wrong direction, and that this is a step forward in that way. And I would like to back things up. That's my personal opinion. Let me know if you agree in the comments down below. McDonald's is also just not objectively, it's not healthy food. So the fact that it's making you order more than you think you should that's not a good thing, like, to begin with. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.